We're back. Happy Monday. It is the 29th day of November, 2021. It's hard to believe in 2 more days. It's December. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. What an amazing day yesterday. We set a record high, and I predicted this on Friday. If you watched the Friday show, I said, watch out for Sunday. I think we're going to get pretty close, if not above, a record high. I was predicting we'd be right at it on Friday. Not only did we set a record high yesterday, we blew by the record high yesterday. We hit 65 degrees. Yeah, and guess what? We could do it again on Wednesday. We're in for a very mild week. There'll be quite a bit of snowmelt in the upper elevations. The passes will be very benign. You're going to be dealing with rain and not snow. Another Pineapple Express, another atmospheric river, is going to come through and bring heavy rain to western Washington. Some rain here to eastern Washington, not much, but the real story is going to be these unbelievably mild temperatures. Forecast details are coming up. What little news we were able to cobble together, we'll cobble together for you, but we have a spectacular video to show you, a time-lapse video that was taken on Friday morning with 3 of our PTZ cameras. It's pretty cool. Can't wait to show you that. We'll do that during news. Sports, a whole bunch of sports. We're going to wrap up the whole weekend and everything, from college football to hockey to prep to everything we can think of. It's all one big package for you sports fans and everything else that you need to get your day going. And because I like the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band so much, I'm going to replay the interview we did with Ellen Kjobech and Finnley Ottley. They are the senior and junior drum majors of the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band. Their big fundraiser, the Holiday Craft Bazaar, is back this year at the Wenatchee High School Commons. It is this Saturday beginning at 9 o'clock. It is the place to go for unique, one-of-a-kind, handmade, handcrafted gifts for the holiday season. It's a great interview, and we really hope that you pay them a visit this Saturday. So we'll hear from Ellen and Finnley in the back half of the program. It's mild. It's 45 degrees. Let's get going. Let's see what we have here on this Monday. Pretty good views, I'm expecting. That's the cross camera. Got it zoomed in a little bit to the Senator George Seller Bridge and the pedestrian pipeline bridge. You can see Sunset Highway pretty easy. Baker Street lit up pretty well. Light traffic. A lot of really considerably light traffic all over the Wenatchee Valley over the weekend. It kind of was hit and miss. And I believe, is that a train heading out of town, or is it just sitting there? It's hard to tell. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley on a mild and a little foggy Monday morning. Let's see where we're off to. I don't know. Camera 2, we're not at Sunrise yet. We're a ways away. That's up to the Waterville camera. We go. We see a little slice of Aniat on the left-hand side of your screen. Sunrise isn't for a while yet, 7:25. Sunset, 4:13, 8 hours and 48 minutes of daylight today. Just a little bit of snow up in the very highest peaks that you see in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. There was a lot of snowmelt everywhere on Saturday. You expect that with a high of 65 degrees. Camera number 3. We're back up to I want to say that's the monitor camera turned back to the Wenatchee Valley. I'm getting confirmation of that. That's quickly become one of our favorites. We use this camera quite a bit during the wildfire season because they had fires right up there near that camera. That's on a big hill overlooking monitor. We just have it turned right around 180 degrees right back towards the Wenatchee Valley. You can see the Sleepy Hollow area, a little slice of Sunny Slope, if you will, the Wenatchee River. There we go. Nice view there. And it's letting in more light than it actually is. It's not really that quite bright. And camera number 4. Lake Chelan takes a bow from the lower Butte camera looking north towards the Stehekin area. I don't know how the Stehekin River is flowing. My guess is probably pretty hard and pretty strong, dealing not only with some significant snowmelt, but rain as well. Good morning, Lake Chelan. Thanks for starting your day with us. Yeah, it was warm yesterday. A lot of people set record highs. Now, that says record high set today. I got this graphic yesterday, so we would see what's going on. Look at Wenatchee, 65, a little past noon, and then it hung right around the lower to mid-60s most of the day yesterday afternoon. That blew by our old record of 61 degrees set back in 1995. So everybody set records. Spokane was mild, Pullman mild, Omak mild, Ephrata tied a record high. And as I mentioned at the start of the show, we have a chance to set another record high on Wednesday. We're going to cool down a little bit today, and on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, we're going to bump right back up into the lower 60s. And we're also going to be dealing with some light rain possible today and tomorrow, as the passage of a weak cold front is going to start coming through. Whatever precipitation we get is going to come down in the form of rain, and I don't think we're going to get much of it. The lee of the Cascades are going to get us pretty dry. But for today and tomorrow, do we have that graphic, Uriah? We do have some light rain possible. Waiting for that. There we go. So yeah, light rain. We had a little bit of widespread rain over the weekend, kind of hit and miss showers. And we're going to basically be dealing with the same thing again today and into Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to have quite a bit of sunshine, quite a bit of wind, and very, very mild temperatures. It has been a very strange November weather. So, without further ado, here we go. We're looking at cloudy, a little bit of light rain, and a high of 55 degrees. Our normal high this time of the year, 38. Our overnight low of 41 will be 3 degrees warmer than our normal afternoon high. That's how mild it's going to be. A little bit of a weak cold front comes in tonight into Tuesday. That's where we're going to dip down just a couple of degrees to 52. Lots of clouds. Again, whatever precipitation we get, going to be the form of rain. 43 for the overnight low. Again, our normal highs and lows, 38 and 28. 38 and 28. Look how warm these are. Now, Wednesday, our forecast high, we're thinking right around 61 degrees. Our record high temperature for Wednesday, December 1st, 62 degrees, set back in 1972. We're going to be right up against another record high on Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see. Cool down a little bit, still very mild on Thursday, 55. Look at those temperatures, just off the charts warm. And remember, Wednesday is December. Look how warm it's going to be. Again, whatever precipitation we get is going to come down in the form of rain, and we're not even going to get really a great deal of that. Wow, can you believe that? 61 degrees possible on Wednesday. That's crazy, crazy warm, like it was yesterday. The passes, all you got to deal with really is rain. They have some serious swollen rivers up there. Live shot of Stevens Pass. Look at all the snowmelt that's been going on US 2. Right now, no advisories, no restrictions. The roadway is bare and wet. It's raining right now on Stevens. It is bare and dry without a piece of snow to be found at the summit of Blewett Pass. Let's take a live shot of Blewett. Again, nothing to see there. Just, you're good to go. Roadway bare and dry. I-90, roadway is bare and wet, not raining. Look at all the snow that dissipated over the weekend. And it's going to continue to go on. It's going to rain in the mountain passes today and tonight and Tuesday night and Wednesday. Hit and miss showers, no snow. Snow level is going to be well above the passes. It'll be about 5,600 feet. Right now it's at 6,400 feet. It's going to lower, but not much. Only to 5,600 feet. That's it. Your passes, by the way, brought to you by D.A. Davidson, the strength of a trusted partner in personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Member SIPC. All this week, if you're heading into the major mountain passes, your only issue is going to be standing water with all the rain that are expected in the Cascades. Lots and lots of snowmelt, swollen rivers and streams. No snow of any significant amount is in the forecast for the mountain passes all week long. Everybody going to be mild and wet in the Pacific Northwest. All right, that's your weather. That's your passes. It's 8 minutes after the hour. In 1 minute, we'll have the news for you. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, you know, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
Here at Succession, we're going to have our third annual tree lighting. Every vineyard row gets lit up. Santa Claus makes an appearance. We've got the torch lanterns going and fire pits going daily, and it's really festive through the end of the year.
Alta Cellars is the perfect place to stop and relax during the bustling holiday season. Enjoy fine wine and live music on Saturdays. In the old fire hall in downtown Manson, Alta Cellars. Good things happen here.
10 minutes after the hour, 46 degrees outside of our studios. Another mild day today, mid-50s. Clouds, a little bit of light rain, a little bit cooler on Tuesday as a weak cold front comes in, but really not that much cooler. We could set another record high temperature just like we did yesterday with a high of 65. We'll be in the 60s again on Wednesday, December 1st, with a very good chance of setting another record high to begin next month. We begin with this story. A 3-car chain collision accident Saturday evening between Moses Lake and Ephrata resulted in a Soap Lake man being hospitalized. The Washington State Patrol says that around 5:15 on Highway 17 at milepost 66, again, this was Saturday night, a 2018 Ford F550 pickup being driven by 63-year-old Robert R. Heather of Ephrata. Well, he was driving northbound when he failed to yield and struck a 2020 Toyota Corolla, which in turn struck a 2021 Toyota Sienna passenger van. Now, the driver of the Corolla, 35-year-old Eric J. Espinosa of Soap Lake, was transported to Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake with unknown injuries. None of the 5 occupants of the Sienna were injured. Heather faces charges of failing to yield to the right-of-way. The Sage Hills Trail System outside of Wenatchee will close for the season on Wednesday, December 1st, as a large influx of mule deer moves in. This is according to the Chelan Douglas Land Trust. The closure expected to last until April 1st, depending on weather conditions. The trails are closed, of course, every year right around this time to provide habitat for wintering mule deer. The Land Trust reported heavy use of trail systems throughout the region this year. Also extremely busy this year, U.S. Forest Service trails in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. The Forest Service said it has begun closing gates to roads used by four-wheelers. Last week, Little Wenatchee Road, number 6500, and Ranger Road, number 7701, were gated. They remind people who have four-wheelers, don't drive around the gates, please. And this is some really cool footage that was taken by our very own Uriah Darby on Friday morning. You're going to see some time-lapse video of our PTZ cameras located at Billy Goat at Nanapoc Ridge, high above Lake Wenatchee, and the cross camera right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Check out this footage. That's pretty stunning stuff. Yeah, we love our PTZ cameras. We have to remind our coworkers occasionally those are tools, not toys. And they play with them. In any event, that is what's making headlines on this Monday morning. We'll have a full newscast for you tonight at 5, 6, and 10 with Eric Granstrom at the sports desk, and of course, Grant Olson handling news and weather. And if you've got a news tip for us, get a hold of us. You know where to find us. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app there. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com, or go to our homepage, ncwlife.com. Be sure to bookmark it, and there's a Contact Us icon right there at the screen. When we come back, we have a whole bunch of sports. We're going to take you through the whole Thanksgiving weekend of local and Northwest sports in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show. live in concert.
Now on Wenatchee Avenue, Value Plus Medical Supply, your one place for expert customer service. You'll find a large selection of lift chairs, scooters, power wheelchairs, and other medical supplies. Come see your local provider, Value Plus Medical Supply.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled out the new line of custom e-bikes. They have three-way adjustable folding e-bikes and full-size mountain e-bikes. Pedal assist on the throttle makes them a perfect fit for any rider. Green Motion e-bikes in the Mills Brothers building.
Just about 16 minutes after the hour, we'll start out with Friday night, Husky Stadium, the 113th edition of the Apple Cup. The Huskies and the Cougs, and it was all Cougars. Wazoo earning a 40-13 romp over the Huskies. Max Borghi scored the first of his 2 touchdowns 3.5 minutes into the game. That pretty much set the tone. It was a record-setting day, or night, I should say, Friday night for the Cougars.
Second down, run play, nobody nearby. Max Borghi with tons of daylight, he spins away, dives to the pylon, touchdown, Washington State. Kamari Pleasant, a block for Heward who throw, and it is intercepted. Amani Marsh will turn upfield. Borghi, touchdown. Heward steps to his left, throws, picked. Derek Langford from the 18. Heward throws, intercepted for the 3rd time tonight. It's Rodgers upfield. Rodgers dodges a tackle, 1 man to beat, and Rodgers finally. McIntosh in the backfield. He gets the call, and it's McIntosh. A miraculous comeback here for Washington. His pass is tipped and intercepted. Off the hands of Cope, the tight end, and taken back by Armani Marsh all the way. Is that the dagger? A 27-point rout. And you better get the Palouse ready. The Apple Cup is heading back to Pullman.
Yeah, that 27-point victory, the biggest ever for the Cougars over the Huskies in 113 Apple Cups. The Cougars, of course, didn't get help from Oregon State on Saturday. The Beavers lost, so they did not win the Pac-12 North title. They'll still go in Bowling, where we'll find out on Sunday afternoon. And the news got better for the Cougars on Sunday when Washington State announced that Jake Dickert had been hired as the 34th head coach of Washington State.
You know, I obviously didn't come here with all these expectations, but to get an opportunity in a crazy situation to prove what we could do as a team and what I could do as a head coach has been special over these last 6 weeks. And, you know, I just thank the players, our seniors, our captains, you know, obviously President Schultz and Pat Chun for their leadership and their trust in me. But it's just been an amazing ride, and I look forward to continuing, you know, the standard that's been set here now by this 2021 class and what we can do in the future.
Of course, Dickert was named interim head coach after Nick Rolovich was fired for not getting the COVID-19 vaccination as required. Dickert said there was a belief all along that his team would beat the Huskies if they played their game.
We knew coming into this game that our best was going to be good enough. You know, we didn't have to be superhuman. We didn't have to do things that we weren't capable of. If we came out and executed and did our job every play, that great things were going to happen. And we stayed the course. The game, you know, even though we were pretty dominant in the first half, was close going into halftime, and we knew we needed to finish the game. And I thought that's what our guys went out and did. You know, offense, defense, special teams, the energy was high, the passion was high. And when those guys got a chance to hold that cup, something that this senior group has never gotten the opportunity to do, it just really cemented their status and everything they've been through in 6 years and all the moments that they have had. Is pretty special to finish the regular season, you know, with that cup coming back to Pullman.
So Friday night, the Cougars win, but the Gonzaga men didn't. No, they lost to the Blue Devils. They're good too, you know, Duke is. 84-81. Julian Swather led Gonzaga with 20 points.
Keels, Roach, Moore, Williams. And let's correct it. Strother only has 3 fouls. Banchero, no. Roach has it for Duke. Puts it back up and hits. So they go to Timmy, and he converts.
That's a terrific little spin.
Nemhard to Timmy. Up top to Holmgren. 1 point game. Who will it be? It'll be Jeremy Roach. Strother can't get the shot off. Seconds ticking away. Bolton the miss. Holmgren puts it in, but just a second and a half to go.
1,000,000 to 1.
Timmy. And Duke will win it. A fantastic early season college basketball game.
It was a good game, even though Gonzaga didn't win. To the Les Schwab scoreboard, we go to Saturday. Former Kashmir and Zilla standout Mason Landeck led Eastern Washington with 24 points. The Eagles beat Washington State. For the Cougars, it was their first loss of the season, by the way, 76-71. And Winthrop beat Washington on Saturday, 82-74. The Gonzaga women swept 3 games at the Rainbow Wahine Shootout in Hawaii. The Bulldogs beat Utah 89-71 on Friday. They topped Eastern Illinois 74-53 on Saturday. And then Sunday, they beat Hawaii 68-49. Washington fell to North Carolina in the Bahamas Saturday, 58-37. Washington State got creamed by 5th-ranked North Carolina State, 62-34. All right, prep football. Okanaga's run in the state 2B football playoffs came to an end on Saturday. Again, to the Les Schwab scoreboard we go. Napavine came out on top in their semifinal game against the Bulldogs, 82-10. For Okanagan, it was their first and only loss of the season. So the stage is set for the football championships this Saturday. All the games in Western Washington at Mount Tahoma High School. Elmira Cooley Heartline will take on Quilcene for the state 1B title. That's at noon. That'll be followed by the 4A championship game between Graham Kapowson and Lake Stevens. Royal will try to win his 10th state championship at Harry E. Lang Stadium in Lakewood Saturday at noon. They take on Eatonville. That's the 1A title game. The 2B title matchup will follow. That's between Kalama and Napavine at 4 o'clock. Sparks Stadium in Puyallup, the site for the 3A championship. Bellevue and Kennewick will kick off at noon, and then Tumwater and Linden will follow with a battle for the 2A title. Seattle Kraken went 1-1 in the Sunshine State over the weekend after a 3-0 loss to Tampa Bay on Friday. Seattle bounced back with a 4-1 win over Florida Saturday. 2 goals from Jason Eberle.
Now Donskoy over the Panther blue line. Puts it out in front, the shot, and they score. Jordan Eberle on the power play makes it 1-0 Seattle. Puts the brakes on, looking for a trailer. The Toronto holds on. Hornquist out in front of the net. The shot, they score! Weegar fired it in. Hornquist was out in front, maybe tipped in. It's a 1-1 game. He went down. Susi with a feed. Donskoy missed. Now it's Alexiak. Shoots and they score. And the Kraken reclaim the lead. It's 2-1. Gudis lost it in front. Here's Yanni Gord. Saved by Knight. And then the rebound, they score. Jordan Eberle makes it 3-1 Seattle in the third period. 3.5 left. And Alexiak will send it all the way down towards the empty net, and it's in. And with 3:25 to go, Seattle now leads 4-1.
From lovely Miami, Florida to Buffalo, New York. That's up for the Kraken. They'll take on the Sabres this afternoon at 4 o'clock. You can watch the game on Root Sports Northwest. Things did not go very well for the home team at the Town Toyota Center. Salmon Arms sweeping all 3 games for the Wenatchee Wild. Friday night, Silverbacks take game 1, 4-0. Strong power play, and they outshot the Wild, 32-26. On Saturday, Cade Stybee pulled Wenatchee even at the 10-minute mark of the third period on Saturday, but Salmon Arms scored 30 seconds later to win 3-2. Ian Samoza also found the back of the net for the Wild. And then on Sunday, Wenatchee's Owen Bone scored midway through the first period on Sunday. That gave the Wild the lead, but Salmon Arms scored 4 unanswered goal en route to a rather easy victory. Jacob Karpa scored his first goal of the season for the Wild in the third period. Now, Wenatchee is supposed to be in Merritt this Friday at 7 o'clock, and then Penticton Saturday at 6. Now, the Merritt game, we don't know yet because they had some significant flooding issues in southern British Columbia. As of game time, as of this morning, we don't know if they're actually going to be playing Marriott this Friday at 7 o'clock. Then they have 2 more on the road next week, then they return home to the Town Toyota Center for 5 straight games at the Town Toyota Center beginning December 16th. And finally, the Seahawks wrap up this week in the NFL Monday Night Football. They'll be in Maryland to take on the Washington football team. Coach Pete Carroll says the focus each week is to go 1-0 for the week after a poor start to the season. He says they're looking to go 7-0 starting tonight.
Regardless of what our record was right now, we would want to win the next 7 games, and that doesn't change at all. And I have no problem with that thought, because that's how we think in general. But our focus needs to be right here. Obviously, we've got to go play a great football game against a team that's on fire out there, and we're going to have to do it in all 3 phases and to have a chance to get it done.
Yep, if you didn't get enough football on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or yesterday, you can get more today. It is Monday Night Football. The Seahawks and the Washington football team at FedEx Field in Maryland. Good seats still available. And those are just some of the games that people are playing here on this Monday morning. The obscure holiday, I don't have one. There's simply nothing jumped out at me. Happy Hanukkah for those people who celebrate Hanukkah. It began at sundown last night, but I don't have one. It happens occasionally. Make up your own holiday today. There you go. National By Dan to Present Day. Let's move on to today in history. November 29th, 1781. That would make it 240 years ago. The ship, the Zong, registered out of Great Britain, had a crew, a bunch of paying passengers, and 133 slaves on board. Unfortunately, the crew of the Zong didn't know what they were doing, and they made a whole bunch of navigational mistakes as they crossed the North Atlantic. They kind of zigzagged and moved around and got lost, and then they got back on course. And pretty soon they took a look and they said, we're going to run out of drinking water. We're not going to have enough potable water for the crew and the passenger and the slaves. In fact, we're going to have to do something. So the 133 African slaves being exported to the United States, they threw them overboard. They just tossed them overboard. The slaves were insured, as you might imagine. So by throwing the 133 slaves off the side of the SS Zong, they were able to safely make it to North America with enough drinking water for the passengers and crew, and they got paid for killing 133 men. Happened on this date 240 years ago. This is the 174th anniversary of the famous Whitman Massacre, which began the Caius War. Dr. Marcus Whitman and his wife and 15 others were killed by the Cayuse and Umatilla Indians, which began the Caius War. The killings, I don't know, it was a clash of cultures, certainly. There's no doubt that the white missionaries and their group introduced diseases to the natives who had no immune system. They weren't real happy about that. Dr. Whitman got them sick, and then he couldn't cure them. They weren't happy about that. And they just weren't happy about them moving in. And so they killed 17 of them, and so began the Cayuse War. Happened on this date in 1847, 174 years ago today. You remember Pong? Boop. There it is. There's Pong. Here, let me play Pong. Boop, boop. We had Pong when we were kids. We had the Pong machine. Entertained us for hours. Boop, boop. And, of course, the more you played, it got quicker, and then you can make the paddle smaller or bigger. Pong, introduced by Atari on this date in 1972. 49 years ago today. I was dinking around on the internet over the weekend. You can still play Pong if you so desire. The first commercially successful video game, Pong. We played it for hours when I was a kid. November 29th, 1972. Finally, 34 years ago today, 2 North Korean agents took all kinds of different flights to all kinds of different places. Finally got where they needed to be. They planted 2 bombs on a plane that was destined for South Korea. The bombs exploded. All 115 passengers and crew were killed. The 2 agents were caught. One agent immediately killed himself by swallowing a cyanide capsule. The other one did as well, but she recovered and admitted it. No wonder North Korea and South Korea don't get along. Not supposed to do that. Let's do some birthdays. Vin Scully. Hey, Vin Scully is 94. 94 years old today. 67 seasons as the play-by-play voice of the Dodgers from 1950 when they were still in Brooklyn until he retired in 2016. A remarkable run. He retired, of course, 5 years ago at the age of 89. Vin Scully, baseball broadcasting legend. Born in this state, he is now 94 years old today. Happy birthday to Vin. The greatest relief pitcher in baseball history, Mariana Rivera, is 52 years old today, 19 years with the Yankees, the last man in Major League Baseball to ever wear the number 42. And of course, he is the only player ever to be unanimously voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Mariana Rivera is 52. And if you're going to watch Monday Night Football tonight, you're going to be watching Russell Wilson play football on his 33rd birthday. Russell Wilson is 33 years old today. Happy birthday, Russell. How about a birthday present? How about a W? Wouldn't that work? Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then I want to preview the big event coming up this Saturday at the Wenatchee High School Commons. It is their annual Holiday Craft Bazaar. This Saturday, we're going to be talking to Kjobech and Finnley Ottley, the senior drum major and the junior drum major for the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band. That interview is coming up, too. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
D&L Army Surplus in Wenatchee is stocked with items for the whole family. From ammo to collectibles and so much more. D&L Army Surplus, your one-stop shop for military surplus, survival, camping, and tactical gear. Bring the whole family and stop on by today.
Now, am I looking into this camera? Or am I looking, where am I looking?
We're gonna have you just look at it.
The holiday season is coming, and Santa's making his 15-second commercial for NCW Life Channel. Are you?
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5. High school sports is back, and NCW Life Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
14, they come back.
You know, I have different people in the community come up and tell me that they've seen our commercial. I took my family up to Yodelin, up in Leavenworth, and we walk in, and it's a Monday night, so Monday Night Football is playing, and all of a sudden, our commercial starts airing, and my kids couldn't believe it. They're like, Dad, you are on Monday Night Football. This is unbelievable. You know, we know somebody famous. Like, my respect level just went way up in my kids' eyes.
We have, over the last year, realized how important Apple Blossom is, how important those Friday football games are, and being a part of that community and being able to support those activities happening is very important to us.
One of our real passions as a business is to serve our community well, and at the same time promote our brand. And I feel like NCW Life allows you to do that with some of the different opportunities that they give you. There's ways to help us build community while at the same time promoting your brand.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's
not. Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Here at Succession, we're gonna have our third annual tree lighting. Every vineyard row gets lit up. Santa Claus makes an appearance. We got the torch lanterns going and fire pits going daily, and it's really festive through the end of the year.
Alta Cellars is the perfect place to stop and relax during the bustling holiday season. Enjoy fine wine and live music on Saturdays. In the old fire hall in downtown Manson, Alta Cellars. Good things happen here.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, in my line of work, I deal with a number of folks with substance abuse issues. Some of them do well for a while, and some of them not so well, and all of them struggle. And I'm always recommending to those folks to get involved in meetings. Get involved in a 12-step program. Get a sponsor and get connected with the local Make Recovery the Epidemic group. Now, unfortunately, most of these folks tell me, well, that doesn't work for me. And then I ask them, well, is what you're doing does? Sure, there are a lot of folks, very few I'd imagine, who can kick substance abuse on their own. But the best chance for reaching and maintaining recovery is involvement with others in the 12-step program. This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show, live in concert.
Badger Mountain Brewing is proud to announce the grand opening of our new kitchen. Come try out our new menu featuring fabulous steaks, prime rib, gourmet burgers, and seafood grilled up by experienced meat master, Chef Galen Goodman. To complement your mouth-watering meal, Badger Mountain Brewing features 14 in-house crafted beers, an alcohol-free root beer infused with 11 different herbs and spices, 3 different ciders, and a great wine selection. Don't miss out on the best meats and the best brews down at Badger Mountain Brewing, located at 1 Orondo Avenue across the tracks from the Pybus Market.
Bear Foods is the small town store with the big-time inventory. Join the growing movement to better nutrition with everything you need to improve your well-being. Bear Foods is more than a health food store. It's your good food store in downtown Chelan.
For the most unique wine tasting experience in the Chelan Valley, visit One Wines. Popular for being the smallest and most intimate facility in the valley, it features 1 red, 1 white, and 1 rosé. Complex wines, simple elegance.
You're in Ford Country, land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty. That'll sure get you thinking.
Get ready for fall and winter with a new or used truck or SUV from North Central Washington's four-wheel drive headquarters, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, on 3rd Street in East Wenatchee.
Land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, you're in Ford Country.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're on the stage at the Wenatchee High School auditorium, and it's time to talk about the annual Holiday Gift Bazaar. It's put on every year, COVID notwithstanding, and it's put on by the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band Booster Club. It's the big fundraiser of the year, so they can get the uniforms all cleaned and pressed, and they can raise money for their field trips and their competition. It's coming up on December 4th, and here to talk about it, ladies, I'll let yourselves introduce yourselves to our television family.
Hi, my name is Kjobech. I'm the senior drum major for the Golden Apple Band.
Hi, my name's Finnley Ottley, and I'm junior drum major for the Golden Apple Band.
When was the last time the Golden Apple Band had 2 female drum majors?
It's been only a couple years. They're a big fan of having 2 female drum majors.
Why do you suppose that is?
I would say we're very organized and timely.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
How does one get selected to be a drum major leading the band? Is it a vote of the band members, vote of your peers? Does your teacher, Mr. Kjobech, say you're it, or how does the whole thing work? How did you get the gig?
So it's a tryout process. You basically show your interest, and you learn a certain number of skills, and then you try out in front of a panel. The ultimate decision does go to our band director, Mr. K.
And so by default, since you're the junior drum major, you will take over next year, is that correct? Or do you still have to go through a process?
We're going to change things up a little bit next year, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen. We're trying to decide how we want to change the band next year, so it'll kind of be a conversation about whether we want me to re-audition or how it's going to be. We're just going to change things up.
Is that news to you?
No, she knows. It'll be a decision we all end up making. We're going to try and have more of an audition band and kind of let the freshmen take more time to learn what they're doing rather than throwing them into the deep end and saying, hey, you're going to do this big competition. We're just going to do some sort of like audition band.
That's not a bad idea, actually, if you think about it. So What made you decide to be the drum major? Because that's the gig. You are the face of the band in many respects.
It is the gig. It's a little bit stressful, but it's a lot of fun. I saw the people before me who did it, and I said, that's really something I want to do. And I saw a lot of things that I knew that I could help with in the band and changes that I thought would be helpful, and I really wanted to make my voice heard and make an impact.
Same question for you. What made you want to do it?
I would say, like, once you're here and doing it, I think Ellen would agree that it's a lot different than you think it's going to be. It's a lot different viewing it from the outside than actually being in here. And I think we both kind of looked up to other drum majors, like especially like Olivia Lancaster. Like, she was a great leader, and I think we both just saw these females up there in power just leading the band, and it takes a lot of work, and you have to be confident in yourself and the skills of your band. But I think it's just like a new challenge was what I was looking for.
Olivia Lancaster, for the uninitiated, a few years ago was the drum major of the Golden Apple Marching Band, another great year for them. And she used the skills and the social set that she learned as leading her peers, and she ran for Apple Blossom Royal Court and made the top 3. And so all of a sudden, Olivia, you didn't see Olivia much for the second half of the school year. She was in royalty, but she told me that being a drum major helped her get past certain false walls that she herself put up that she realized didn't really need to be there.
Yeah,
it creates so much confidence, and because you have to be. I think the biggest thing is you have to be willing to embarrass yourself, because you're in front of like what, 70 kids every day, and you're gonna mess up, and you have to understand that it's okay to mess up in front of a large group of people. And I did not learn that until this year. You have to form that self-confidence to be okay with making mistakes and learning from your mistakes.
What instruments did you play before you took up this part of it?
We were both alto saxophonists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we knew each other even before drum major. We were close. We were in the same section.
So are you short 2 alto saxophonists because of your gig, or did somebody just step right in and take your position?
We still have a lot of people like, it's a good instrument, you know, lots of people like to play it, so.
Yeah.
The Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band has a trophy case full of awards. They're one of the best marching bands in the state. How do you account for that?
It's a lot of hard work from Mr. Kjobech and our team of coaches. They help us out every year, and they help motivate us. And also the time and effort that the kids put in every year. This year was no different. It might have even been better than the past years. They put in a lot of time and effort, and they were dedicated, and that makes a big difference.
And you have a strong and thriving booster club, which helps you out in numerous ways. What exactly does the booster club do specifically to help out the band?
They fundraise. They help us to fundraise. They help manage uniforms, chaperoning events, providing meals, transportation, anything that Mr. K needs as far as instruments and anything else. Basically all we have to do is raise a finger and say, hey, we need this, and they make it super seamless, and they allow us to do a lot of the things that we do.
Which is why we're going to talk about Saturday, December 4th here in just a little bit. The band competition is basic band competition. The band year is split up into 3 trimesters, if you will. Explain those to our viewers at home. Basically, you had the field competition in the fall when you were out in the football field doing your formations, and then you're going to the concert season, and now you're going to, in the spring, you start marching, right?
Yeah, so the fall we we start with band camp, obviously, the last 2 weeks of summer, then we move into our competition season, and really, we would not be able to do a competition season without our parents. They're there to help Ellen and I so much. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
Me either.
They're Marianne and Janice and your mom, they're just absolutely amazing, and they're so helpful. And then after our competition season, we move into concert season, and we do some winter music, and then sometimes we go to some concert competitions, festivals. And then we move into our parade season, prepping for our big parade, Apple Blossom. And yeah, that's basically how our year goes, and it circles through that every year.
Is marching in a parade easy compared with some of the intricate formations that you do on the football field during the fall season? Because that looks extremely complicated.
Oh. They're different beasts, for sure. We don't march during the fall. We're on a podium. We don't move a whole lot. So it's a lot more marching to do in the spring for us. But for those in the band, it's just different. When you're on the field, you're really focusing on making sure those shapes look clear and that your marching is clear at the same time, which is similar to parade and different because when you're in parade, you're in solid lines. They don't move. Your shape stays the same. So you're really focusing on keeping those straight and not so much the angles and stuff.
And yet, what we saw at the halftime of the Moses Lake game, it was an incredible performance. It did. You ladies and the band did an incredible job. And all I can think of as I was watching you perform is, how does one play an instrument and walk backwards and then sideways and then left to right and the other thing? It's incredible. I thought it was a great show.
Yeah, it is a lot of time and effort that they put into it, and we put together each set, each shape in little baby steps. We start with just the marching, then add the playing, and then you put it all together, and it's obviously a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. It is a lot of fun to watch, but it's very difficult to perform. You girls have it easy. You just stand on the ladder and do this, right?
I would say that a lot of our work and effort that goes in is a lot of stuff in practice. It's leadership. It's managing what goes on at rehearsals. When we get on at the performances, we do have that aspect of not having to march, but our conducting and everything can also be challenging.
It's when you mess up during practice, the whole band messes up. Especially when we first start learning, and then it's like moaning and groaning because you messed up. It's a lot of that. Like, yeah, it's not as much work, but your responsibility level is a lot higher. What I like to call your embarrassment level is a lot higher. You have a lot more people relying on you. And I would just, it's different, but I would say it's just as mentally difficult.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's it like for a freshman to come in out of middle school, Pioneer or Newberry or Orchard, and you want to try out for the band knowing that the bar has been set here? What's it like when you're just a 13 and 14-year-old kid but you want to be in the band?
It's intimidating. I won't lie. It's a lot. And that's part of the reason we're looking at an audition band or just changing things a little bit so that they get a little bit more of a process coming into the season, their freshman year, a little more time to learn those skills. It's intimidating.
Yeah, I remember my freshman year. It's like like I said earlier, jumping into the deep end of the pool and you don't know how to swim. It's just, you get all these things thrown at you, and it's way, way different than what you're doing in middle school. And we have seen so much growth from our freshmen. I am proud of every single one of them. They have stepped up. They have taken the time to learn and put the effort into this band.
By the end of the season, you can't even tell which one's a freshman when you look at the field. They all look the same, and they might even put in more effort than any other class.
You can sure tell the first day of band camp, but now it's a lot harder to tell.
Coming up on Saturday, December 4th, is the single biggest fundraiser of the year for the Booster Club. It is a holiday craft bazaar. It's at the Wenatchee High School Commons. You come in, and all of these local people who do their own stuff. They make custom coffee mugs and pillows, and they make hats, and they bring honey, and it's stuff that you can't find in stores. They don't even allow stuff that you can buy in stores. It's just handmade artisan stuff. It is awesome. It's also a really good time, isn't it?
It is a ton of fun. I have very fond memories of my freshman and sophomore year coming to the craft bazaar. Before I even really knew who run it, I didn't know what was going on before I showed up, but I just showed up. The vendors were happy to be there. The boosters were happy to be there. And thus, I was happy to be there too. And I got to meet a lot of cool people and see a lot of cool crafts and things that our community has created.
Is the band expected to be there all day on December 4th to help out as part of the deal?
We do require, like, for your grade that you have to volunteer for at least one session. I know Ellen and I like to be there the whole day.
Yeah, we'll be there all the time.
So fun. I really enjoy it. I remember my older brother was in band like 10 years ago, and I remember going to the craft bazaar then when I was like super tiny, like 6 years old, and it was such a good time. It's like a little winter wonderland for a kid because we have like Santa and there's decorations everywhere. And I would just run around and see all the little stuffed animals, and it's so fun when you're a kid. And now I get to look at it through different eyes and be able to help out and be on the other side of it. It's amazing.
And it should be pointed out, I have any number of friends who actually participate in this as artisans, and they don't miss it for the world. They say this is one of their biggest days of the year for sailing too. They make a lot of money.
It's really busy. You come in and it's It won't be so crowded this year. We're going to really manage the size, the number of people mask wearing for COVID reasons, but it's still going to be really busy, and it's just a lot of people getting in the holiday spirit and buying gifts for their family members. We're also going to have a gift wrapping station this year. So it's really like holiday oriented, fun. We might even have some Christmas music. I'm going to be wearing a Santa hat.
Oh,
she
cool.
probably will be too.
I will most definitely wearing a Santa hat.
But yeah, it's just a fun experience.
We have so much fun. I would have to say.
And the band members.
Yeah.
too.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. All the vendors are so excited to see us. They love how it's kids that are helping it out because we help bring everything in and set up all their stations for them. So they love that we help out, and I love getting to talk and hear all of their stories because they're all from all around Washington sometimes, and it's so cool to hear how they like woke up at 4 in the morning to come over here. It's great.
And it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, goes until 4, I think, in the afternoon. Is there a raffle of some kind? I was on your Facebook page earlier. There's you buy a ticket and you can win some stuff?
Yeah, there is a raffle. We have gift baskets, gifts from all kinds of businesses throughout the community that just really want to support the band. And then we will also have donations from all of the vendors who are part of the Craft Bazaar. So tickets will be $1 or $5 depending on the size of the prize. And it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of cool stuff from places that you won't even see them at the Craft Bazaar, but they wanted to support the band, so they donated.
What do the patrons need to know as far as money? Is it like one of those little pay thingies? Do you need to bring cash? How does that work if you're buying from a vendor or you're purchasing a raffle ticket to win something cool?
It kind of depends on the vendor. I would say bring both cash and card. Some people also do things like Venmo, PayPal. They all have different systems as to how they do that. Yeah.
A couple more questions, and we'll cut you loose. You're a senior.
Yeah.
What's next? If I'm talking to you and it's November of 2022, you're sitting where and talking to me about what?
Yeah, so I'm going to go to college next year. I'm going to have my AA when I graduate from high school, so I'm only going to have a few more years. I'm going to study business administration. I'm not sure what school at, but if you ask me in the spring, I'll know.
So basically, I'll be working for you in about 10 years.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And you're only a junior, so you got a little time, right?
Yeah, I got time.
Have you been thinking about it, or?
Yeah, a little bit. I like more science stuff. I like science stuff, and I have no idea where I want to go yet. So
you got time.
I know, I got time. I'm so happy.
I didn't figure out what I wanted to do with my life until I was 52. So, it takes a little while. Again, the big fundraiser is the Holiday Gift Bazaar at the Wenatchee High School Commons, about 700 feet from where we're sitting. It is 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock on the first. It's always the first Saturday in December. So according to my calendar, that's the 4th. Did we get everything in there? Did we miss anything? I hate to walk away and say I should have asked you that. Are we cool?
Yeah, we're just really excited to see you guys there. I think it actually is 9 to 3.
9 to 3. I'm sorry.
What?
It's
the first Saturday in December.
Always.
So December 4th.
December 4th.
Yeah, every year it's the first Saturday in December, and yeah, we're super excited to see the community there and talk to them, and you'll see us there and lots of other band members. Yeah, we'll be wearing purple Santa hats, so we're hard to miss.
I'm so excited. I love this because you get to meet so many people from the community, and I love that part. We get to meet like little kids running around, all these vendors that are working hard all day long, and so many people come up and talk to us, and it's an amazing experience. And I'm glad that some people don't even know this is for the band because it's just such a big part of the community in general, this event. So I think it's great.
What's Mr. Kjobech really like?
Mr. Kjobech.
You want to know the secrets of Mr. K?
Yeah.
Let's tell the
can tell
story of last band class. He pulled us aside and was like, "Ladies, you need to come in my office right now."
Uh-oh.
Shuts the door, pulls out a children's book, and proceeds to read us a book about a llama for 10 minutes.
He might be looking for gifts for his grandkids.
Yes.
Who knows?
If you want to get him some children's, he loves his grandkids. That's his sweet spot.
Yeah, don't tell him we told you that.
Okay,
Don't tell him about the children's book either.
No, we won't put that on television. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Since Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Color Effects has moved their shop to a larger location to expand their services, including adding in a state-of-the-art large format printer. They got it. You need banners? They got them. You need vinyl decals for your cars, trucks, vans, or trailers in just about any size? Yeah, they got it. Color Effects has also been providing fun swag and clothing for local churches and high schools around our valley for decades. Support your local print shop. Call Color FX in Cashmere today.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Opioids are now one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths in Washington state. More people die from overdose than from car crashes. Between 2012 and 2016, more than 3,300 lives in Washington were lost to opioid overdose. We are all part of the solution. Your choices matter. If you are prescribed an opioid pain medication, talk with your doctor about other options, and don't share your prescriptions with other people. It starts with you. Learn more at getthefaxrx.com.
Welcome back to this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. Temperatures around the region right now. We've dropped a couple since the show began. We're at 43 degrees. That happens shortly after sunrise, which was about a half an hour ago. The warm spot right now, two places. Ephrata, you're at 50, and Moses Lake is at 50 degrees. And in case you missed it yesterday, one more time, here's that slide for the National Weather Service. This came out yesterday afternoon, so ignore the fact it says today, November 28th. This is actually from yesterday. It was unbelievably mild on Sunday everywhere. And as you can see, here in Wenatchee, we got to 65 degrees at about 12:15 in the afternoon yesterday. And that blew by the old record of 61 set back in 1995. It was unbelievably mild with snow melt for everybody. Spokane set a record. Pullman, Lewiston, Omak, and Ephrata tied a record high of 61 degrees. Crazy mild conditions. And guess what? It's going to stay that way this whole week. One more thing we want to take a look at, light rain. It's possible today and tomorrow. We did have a few passing showers in the Wenatchee Valley over the Thanksgiving weekend, kind of hit and miss. No real deluge of rain, but we got wet at times. Most of the rain, of course, is being relegated to the Puget Sound area, especially up north again. They're still seriously worried about flooding up near the Canadian-Washington state border. But the lee of the Cascades is going to keep us fairly dry, but we can't rule out some widespread light rain today and a little bit on Tuesday. There's going to be a weak cold front that's going to come through on Tuesday. It's going to bump our temperatures down just a couple of degrees. But when you look at this forecast, you're going to go, are you kidding me? That warm? Yeah, that warm. 55. Our forecast high today. Outside of a couple of sun breaks, the clouds will be dominating our view with a slight chance of some light rain off and on throughout the course of the day today. Any chance of rain is going to be in the morning hours. 41 for the overnight low. For point of reference, our normal high this time of year, 38 degrees. So our overnight lows will be warmer than where our afternoon highs should be. Jump ahead to Wednesday. Look at that 61 degree mark. That's the forecast high. The record high temperature for Wednesday, December 1st, 62. We could blow right past it. It's possible. That's it for us. Enjoy this mild weather. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.